Hi there, hello, good evening, and welcome more importantly, back to the Shadows We Fear. I am your ever-loving host, aka Matt, aka Chef, aka your DM. Hello, everybody. I hope you haven't missed this gorgeous face too much for too long. How are we all doing this fine evening? But more importantly as well, welcome back to my players. Hello, lovely players.
Hello, DM.
Hello, lovely DM. How are
Hello.
you today?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking. So I hope you guys enjoyed whilst the Shadows We Fear was off, our little side quest and adventure held by our lovely ghost who just asked me how I was. How very cute of him. Hope you all enjoyed that. I certainly fucking did. But before we jump into our regularly scheduled program, Andrew, Andy, Andy McJ, any announcements?
Don't use my full Sunday name. The fuck? Announcements. I don't know where we left off. I don't know who we shouted out last time. So I'm going to just say thank you very much to Nightwing0293, Ali Mackenzie 12, Natty Foxable for coming in and joining us and following us on this great channel here. Thank you to our very own Matt with Power for a tier 1 subscription for 17 months, it says. Yeah.
Indeed.
Has it been 17 months already? Jesus.
Oh, massive will.
That's crazy. Anyways, as always, please come along to our Linktree, where you'll see our socials. We are streaming on Twitch and YouTube, so anybody who is looking over in YouTube, please come along to Twitch for the modded chat. You can chat on YouTube as well, but just have a modded chat over on Twitch. You can also come to our Discord and join our community and join in the shenanigans that we get up to. As you can probably see, it's been very chaotic, especially with the Oblivion stuff at the moment. Good old Oblivion. But come and join us, come have a chat with us, come see if we've got games on the go. Like, we really want to create a hub that everybody can actually get involved in, start games, find new players, whatever it may be. Just create a good old TTRPG space. It doesn't have to be D&D, guys. But I think that's all the announcements that I have tonight. So I will throw it back to Mr. Matt. I'll throw the wee dice again. I found it on the floor. I'm hoping it doesn't disappear again. Okay, ready? Oh, you're batting it? Okay, here we go. Okay, go on.
A dog's dead. That's fantastic. But Andy?
I lost track of it in a minute.
Yeah, it's fine. Someone's not coming home tonight. But with all that out of the way and a lawsuit inbound, let's jump into tonight's episode of The Shadows We Fear. So last we left off, our adventuring party here, the Twilight Company, undertook a very dangerous, unexpected mission where the current leader, the Creed of Creation, the secret underground organization who deal with the creations of new technologies, had unexpectedly and uncharacteristically gone missing. You went to her bedroom to try and find information of where on this earth she could be, coming across a journal that had been tainted by handwriting that wasn't quite her own but also was. Mad drawings and sketches depicting that of a beholder, the one that you guys have previously met, some of you have met, by the name of Borath. You ascertained where she could possibly be, hiding out in the hills potentially, and with the help of Emmerich, your D&D taxi, were sent out into the wilderness and the highlands to try and find out where she was. You found 4 dug-up graves, and as you pushed further and deeper into the rainy, stormy night, you saw in the distance silhouettes. You saw 1 on their knees, 4 standing around, with a 5th larger circular creature hovering behind, the beholder itself. A very, very quick attempt at negotiation was attempted, but ultimately failed, and a grueling combat ensued that saw you guys get put through the ringer. But tough as it was, and as hard as it was, you guys were ultimately successful, and the beast was slain. And that was where we left off.
Question for the DM, because memory. Falcoris will know. It was just Wash that was left as petrified, right?
It was just Wash left as petrified, indeed.
I'm sure Lavender was stabilized.
She was upright. She was upright at the end.
I fed Lavender a potion.
So on the ground before you, The body of the beast lays. Borath's split and broken form rests upon wet, muddy ground. The eye-tipped tentacles that were but moments ago bringing havoc amongst your number now lay limp and still. The beholder's long tongue lolls out into the grass as if tasting the mix of rain and blood that now pools around your feet. You all take a moment to look around yourselves and check in, all but one of you. Wash, unfortunately, does not move. He is still and stone, his body locked in a pose of anger and determination, a willingness to fight, defend, and defeat his opponent. There is an eerie silence that grips the rainy night now, taking you all by the throat forcefully, as if, too, your throats had been turned to stone just like your friend. After a few seconds that feel like minutes, Mary Silversong is the first to break this silence by throwing the gun that was thrown to her into the night and calling out her daughter's name, sprinting towards Lavender. What are the rest of you doing?
Elleril looks a little bit disgruntled that she threw his gun away.
I'm going to go and collect my eye stalks because I want a new coat.
Not a problem. You start carving up after taking a moment to yourself some of these eye stalks.
Falcoros will be going over to Wash, and the first thing he'll be doing is seeing if he can pick them up.
What's your strength?
My strength is 16, so +3.
Wash in heavy armor is hard enough to pick up as it is, yet alone made of stone, he is not budging.
Right. He's gonna be like, fuck's sake, Wash. You need to drop some pounds. Fuck.
You're a warlock, just use your charisma to pick them up.
And
Falcoros, as you're mumbling this to yourself, your head is cold. Like your brain feels like a chill's gone over it.
okay. Because obviously Lucia fell in battle on our little spectre self. I'll just be like, Lucia, you back in there?
You feel she doesn't answer you, but you can feel there is the acknowledgement that she is in there. She's just not talking.
Alright, tired from the fight. It's going to be getting hard to get used to. It's alright. I've got it from here.
There's still no response, but again, there's that internal... You feel that she hears you, and she acknowledges it, but she is either done in from being slain in combat, she is injured, or she is just not able to respond right now, but she is with you still.
And I feel like that coldness is from her, essentially, being, like, retreated.
More like, the power that she's brought you has been receded, and it just feels cold in your head, but she's there.
Okay.
And if you want to try a cheeky Eldritch Blast, it will still come, but it's just a bit lacking right now. There's no oomph, there's no flair.
If obviously I was seeing Mary Silversong start running towards Lavender, I'll kind of address Elleril and Azraelion. I'll kind of be like, let them two have the moment. We need to pack up and get Wash some help from probably Emmerich. He'll know what to do. I can't move him though.
In the worst case scenario, at least Emmerich should be able to teleport somewhere where we can get help, at least.
Most likely. And I'll pat Wash on his, like, petrified shoulder. We'll be back soon, buddy.
If
And then, yeah, I'll let any other RP go on.
if you
Oops, sorry.
one,
Sorry.
if you want to watch him, make sure I don't know, he doesn't run off. I don't mind running collecting Emmerich.
I'll be honest with you, Illaroo, I don't know if you're trying to joke there. If you were, then it was quite shit. Run.
Okay. I run.
Off into the night.
Yeah, I'll activate my played song, and with that recent level up I've got, if I movement dash action dash, that's 165 feet every 6 seconds.
Fuck off.
Someone took mobile.
As Lewis Hamilton takes off into the night.
Um,
We hear meet meet, and there's just a dust-shaped Elleril left where he was standing. um, the camera pans over as Lavender, you're standing there, recovering, breathing heavily from your incredibly brave performance, and then being knocked down as well, but being again saved by Roadrunner. As Mary Silversong comes over, and your mother, for those in chat who might not know this, your mother, Mary Silversong, comes over and she puts her hands on your shoulder, and she looks you in the eye, not wearing her mask, obviously, but her full red robes instead. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Good. I'm so sorry you got dragged into this, Lavender, and all of you too. And I can't quite thank all of you enough. Are you sure you're okay, Lavender? She turns back to you again, a genuine look of worry in her eyes.
I'm fine.
Okay. Your friend, she points towards Wash. We need to get him help. He saved me too from joining. What fate he's had. Do any of you have a way to help him?
I'm not even in earshot. I'm too busy carving up my
I see.
thoughts.
I see. And no offense, but none of you look like the I think he was your strongest. Do we have any idea how to get him back?
Wait, hang on a second.
Right, my ears pick up with that one as well.
He's the one that can get himself out of this fucking situation if he wasn't petrified. But yes,
I don't
none
he
of us
can,
have the
but-
magics to get him moving.
Okay. Well, I sure as shit don't. I'm sorry that you all got dragged into my mess. And I owe you... I don't know what I owe you, but I owe you something, that's for sure. A lot.
We knew about this beholder before. I think we actually told you that we came across him. I had a funny feeling that it'd end up like this, but it's done now. Your compatriots, what happened to them again? Are they just like skeletons on the floor now, essentially?
They're just zombies that are dead in the ground yet.
Let's, if you can give me a hand, I'll carry them up and let's put them back in their resting place.
Sounds good.
And Falcos will go and start like picking up the bodies.
As Mary's going to help you out with this, unless anyone wants to interrupt her at any point, by all means, obviously. But as you're doing this, can you make a perception check for me, please, Falcoris?
They're not still alive, are they?
And count here. This is annoying. This is going to be a hearing-based one.
Well, it's a 20.
Here comes out from the trees.
Skeleton!
Let your ears perk up in the snow.
One of you just moves.
Like, what the fuck?
They're 28.
28. Without the noise of surrounding people, without the noise of anything really, just the quietness of just rain. Mary ticks when she walks.
Ticks, as in like a clock?
There sounds like clockwork. When she's walking, you can swear you can hear the sound of clockwork.
Okay, I'm going to wait until we're kind of away from the group as I'm carrying the bodies, right? And just kind of like give her a side eye and be like, I'm expecting a bomb here. Why are you ticking?
She sort of looks around and goes, part of my history with this one, pointing her head back towards the beholder.
Carrying it like this. So tell me, are you actually flesh and blood?
I'll RP with you. Yes, mostly.
How much
I saw one
percentage wise?
We're talking like 2 seconds. The graves are just over there. Let's get there and I'll show you. Oh shit. She puts the bodies back in the grave, and as she's sort of like out of earshot of everybody else, she does actually turn around to make sure. Just don't freak out. And she takes off her robe, and from
Right, wait, hang on, no, hang on a minute.
it's mechanical boobs, no.
Machine gun jump, please.
Machine gun jump, please. Yeah, she's one of those things from Austin Powers. Yeah. No, basically she takes off the robe. So again, because she's wearing her under armor, obviously. But you can basically see she starts unbinding from the bottom up to a certain point, basically below the sternum. You can see that she has no flesh and bone legs. Both her legs are mechanical clockwork pieces that go up to the sternum, basically just above the belly button where that would be. Where you can see looks like a horrible welding of mesh and flesh has been joined, of metal and flesh, sorry, has been joined together. One of those bolts turns you to ash. Unlucky me.
Right, well, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that. Well,
No, and I don't. Okay, so just
you can cover yourself up now, because, it's kind of awkward.
they're just legs, fuck horse. They're not even real.
Yeah,
Why are you blushing so much?
because you're laughing, does Mum.
And
Put your fucking robes back on.
sensitive. She puts the trousers back on and then buttons up the Under Armour again and throws a big heavy cloak. And then so when you realise that, again, this cloak is a uniform, obviously, but hers is more designed to cover up everything, apart from her face and neck.
Your design, all.
No, not my design at all.
The doc.
The Creed saved me. Partly. The Creed saved me many moons ago. From him.
Oh. The creed can do the good. Saved a life. Gave you new meaning. Can walk around, see your daughter again. Use that as your
That's-
inspiration for the creed.
I always have, Falcorus. It is not me who tainted them.
Just making sure.
You might do well to remember that if we're going to be partners in all this.
Listen, the whole world's going to be partners soon. As he's like fitting the doc back over one of their companions.
Yeah.
We're all going to be in the same fight together.
I understand. I have heard the rumours coming through the grapevines and seen the atrocities happening overseas. I've read the reports, I know what's coming, I know it's going to be tough. But the Creed are going to be here, whether you and your friends like it or not.
I'm all for allies. I've said it. He's still
Good.
digging away and putting the doc back over.
I just hope you treat us like them.
I will.
And maybe don't go telling my secrets about me.
That's alright, Tim Murray. I want to tell your secrets to anybody. You're fine.
Appreciate it.
Let me do this for you. You go and talk to your daughter.
If she wants to be spoken to,
She'll come around.
I'm not going to push. Well, thank you. Again, for not just this, but for the rescuing me thing and all.
I always thought you was a creepy bastard, that one anyway. The beholder.
Thought you were talking to me there.
No.
Right. Well, I suppose. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
She turns on her heel and walks back towards Israelian, the statue of Wash, and Lavender. We're going to cut corners quickly, as Eliril You, with your swift speed, make it back to the tent where you left your resident wizard behind.
I kind of burst into the tent, get to my door, and I knock very hurriedly and aggressively. It's a signal something is wrong.
Excuse me, you knock with intensity, as you sort of say, and the door seconds later is opened. Beg your pardon, by a mage hand first, with Emmerich walking towards the door. Elril, are you okay, my friend? You look like shit.
Okay. We'll address that in a moment. We have an emergency.
What's wrong? Where are the others?
Well, let's just say they all look a lot worse than what I do.
Have we...
Especially
Is everything
what?
okay? Is anybody dead?
Maybe. I don't really know the enchantment all that well, but Wash has been turned to stone.
Oh, bollocks. Take me to him, quick.
They'll lead them there at an even leisurely pace, you know.
I can.
I'll match his speed. I'm not showing off.
Fuck you. Carry the wizard. Carry him.
With what? 9 strength?
I
You
can see.
try. Emmerich's a stick. So are you. You can put your. I don't know. You'll be fine. I'm sure.
I can see Elro right now if they're walking. I can see him being the player character and like Oblivion, say, where the NPC's walking slow, but he's like walking fast and having to slow down, and then walking fast and having to slow down.
Just let me out a walk with Alan.
Wait up, I've got tiny legs! But you begin to lead Emmerich, who is running, which isn't like Emmerich, but you will run, in the direction of the fight that just happened, and more importantly, to your friend Wash. Azraelian, you finished cutting off your eye stalks quite happily, chucking them into your bag. Is there anything else you'd like to be doing?
I do, but I don't know if I want to say it. I want to be funny. I want to, before I put the eye stalk in the bag, can I walk up to Wash and just go, was this the one that turned you to stone? Put it in the bag. Was this the one that turned you to stone?
Really?
I just want to know so I can tell them.
Can I ask?
Lavender's gonna grab the bag from
Am I consciously
bag.
frozen so I can punch him in a minute?
The bag.
We'll come to you in a minute, Wash.
Eyes and ears are made out of
Fair
stone
enough.
currently. I would
Fair
like
enough.
to raise that point.
We will come to Wash in a minute. As Lavender runs up to you, Azraelion, snatches the bag out of your hand.
It was merely a joke. We survived. Now give me my bag. I want to get a knockout.
We don't even know if Emmerich can get it back, and you're making jokes with eyeballs.
It is fine. If he doesn't survive, you can put him in the palace and he can watch the civilians as they walk by.
That is not fine.
Yeah, just remember the aura of courage around me. You know, I can be a landmark. It's okay.
You see, I heard that in my mind. He's fine.
I'm gonna slap him over the head.
As Lavender,
Sit down and behave until they come back.
as Lavender slaps you on the back of the head, Azraelion, a bit of stone of your own skin where you almost join a similar fate to Wash falls off. That was stuck in your hair.
Oh no, that's a good braid.
And from the rain, Lavender, you see your mother approach once more. And she does walk towards you. She's not running. Would you like to talk at all, or do we need a...
Lavender just gonna look between her and her the bag of eyes she has right now. Not a good time. Not a good time right now.
I understand. I will not ask questions. I will just say, Lavender, before I... What you did was one of the bravest things I've ever seen. In all my years of adventuring, as a member of the Creed, working me up the ranks, what you did was one of the single bravest things I've ever seen.
I think you
And
need
you
to
have
get
my
new Creed
admiration.
members, honestly.
If If only some of them were half as brave as you. I'm very proud of you. With that, she doesn't waste time making the situation awkward. She says things, and she sort of walks like in little meandering between the group right now, not too sure where to go. Before she sees the gun on the ground that she threw aside, picks it up, and then starts walking towards Borath, and just stares at the beast that lays before her. A few minutes pass before you hear the pitter-patter of feet in the rain and heavy breathing as Elleril and a out-of-breath Emmerich emerge into the scene. Good hell. Oh, Wash. You bastard.
Emmerich, are you okay?
He's worse. Points towards Wash. Right.
Have you ever ran before?
Only away from things, not towards them. Right. Let's see what we've got here. I'm guessing petrification for one of those. Points to the bag of eye stalks. Right.
Yeah.
I think it was this one.
You are. I said sit in the corner.
He will be fine. He will be perfectly fine. I can fix this. I just need a minute. He will be okay. You can all relax. I can breathe, and we will save our dashing man.
That's great. I mean, I think as well, Shannon, we did promise Emmerich one of those stocks, did we not?
Did we not promise Emmerich the bag of stocks for a new god?
Did we promise that to you, Emmerich?
Was it the? I can't remember if it was the bag. I definitely said what happens if I get all the eye stocks.
Oh, yeah,
from
you
the
did.
coat.
If you get all the eye stalks, he's gonna like pimp you out, basically.
Yeah.
My dear, I admire your gusto to cash in, but fuck me, give me a moment. You will be paid, I promise.
I swear if Exhibit does this show up as I'm going for a new jacket, I will be raging.
In the meantime, let's get Wash back first. How long has been petrified for?
Maybe.
The whole
How
thing.
far away was the tent?
You're probably talking about maybe since the fight finished, 10 minutes or so in total he's been petrified.
Okay. Fair.
Not terribly long.
I relay that.
Right. That's all good then. No one can lift him, I dare say. If you want to wait, I can fix him in the rain, or if you want to, I can create a floating disc. We can push him onto it, and we can do it in the dry. Your choice.
Of course, like patting down a grave, like he's just like off in the hill, and just hear that conversation, just shouts out from a distance. Just do it in the rain, for fuck's sake!
Very well. This
So-
isn't waterproof. And Emmerich begins to ritual cast a spell that will cure Wash. Speaking of Wash, the last thing that you remember was you just helped Mary. You just ran into combat next to her. You had your weapon ready. You cast your spell, and you felt the stone take hold. You felt your neck seize. You felt it crush you, as if it wasn't just turning your skin to stone, but turned it to stone and then was going in, almost cracking your ribs in the process underneath your already heavy armor. And then everything went black. But there is a voice in the darkness. As you're unsure about what's happened. Did you die just there? Is this it? Was it a dream? What's going on? There is just no certainty in your thoughts right now as to where you are and what your situation is. and it is painfully long. You cannot hear anything. You cannot see anything. Apart from this little voice that pricks in your mind, or in your mind's eye, depending how you want to perceive it. Stuck.
Just a groan.
You can't answer back in your head.
Not exactly sure. If you're talking to me, I could be dead, who knows?
You haven't joined me yet in the great fields.
So I probably am petrified.
It would appear so, my boy.
Well, that's certainly something that I will be well tempered about after I'm released, and certainly not have a level of annoyance.
Bravery is what I saw tonight. Don't you dare wallow for what happened. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of that if you even think of doing
wallowing? Have you ever heard of me wallow? It's not gonna fucking happen
that.
now.
I don't want to start.
No, I'm fucking furious that I got petrified.
You were
I was gonna
brave.
tear that stupid fucking sphere a new one.
There will be others. Bigger challenges lay ahead. Movement in the oceans.
The oceans of this world? I don't know, do you expect me to swim?
Not in that armor.
Well, I know I'm from generally a fishing town, but, like, it's a bit much. I don't know how I'm supposed to go kill, like, some sea crab, or are you more referring to what's been described as the oceans of the Shadowfell?
No, I mean literally there is movement in the oceans right now.
There's literally movement in the oceans? I mean, yeah, there's fish, but what...
Wash.
Alright, fine. Don't know how long I'm here, so I might as well actually listen to you for once.
Good.
Is this a
I gave you
direct
this
charge?
I can take it away just as easily.
Yeah, okay. Is this a direct charge? You're asking me to hunt something in the ocean?
No,
Or related?
I'm asking you to warn your friends, to defend. What has been awaited has now come. From the Shadowfell they have come here. And boats aplenty.
Right.
However, and don't you tell anybody I think of this. There could be allies to be found in them. They're lost people. The person who claims her to be my sister forsook them. They just need guidance. They just need a home. Sink their ships if you will. Speak with them if you want. Either way, defend what is yours. Like you defended what was yours this eve.
You know, I'd figured that it might be the case. There's always... Not just because you're a soldier doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just means you've got orders, right?
Which is why I'm not giving you any. I'm giving you just the heads up and a warning. I have seen it.
Well... Just because I took an oath of vengeance doesn't necessarily mean I have to forsake those who don't deserve it.
There is only
I
one
think that
who
would break
needs-
it.
There is only one who needs your vengeance.
The final say.
Indeed. Your charge will be beautiful. What comes in between? We'll wait and see.
Well, I'd rather fight with honor than die by it, so might as well give that choice to other people.
I'll slow them down. I'll speak to my family. Give you time to prepare.
How long?
As long as we can.
Oh, that's not helpful.
The gods can't exactly directly intervene anymore. But
Would
we
you
can
not-
make life difficult.
Would you not, speaking to your family, reveal that you're not dead?
Well, I think at this point there are bigger things to worry about than my silence anymore.
Do you think there's enough time to go north?
To flee this land?
No, not flee. My predecessor seemed to be a fairly reliable individual, and I think unfortunately the more allies we can get, the better.
Will you have time to go north? That I do not know. But now you have time to send messages and warnings.
That's certainly true.
Do what you feel right.
Well, I suppose I'm going to try. Save some people. This will be one hell of a conversation to have with people.
There will be blood. Just don't go spilling it in my name.
You're the one who gave me the power to do it, but no.
Doesn't mean I want you to do it for me.
No, I think you know that I always only do it for myself and for those you deserve. But you're a hell of a good god, if I'm honest.
Let's not... No.
I've seen worse. Is
Me
that
too.
fine? Yeah, okay.
That will do.
I'll
Because
warn
I'm
them.
going to go. I'm going to go knock on the gates up high.
Good luck.
Dust off the throne.
It's time for your family reunion.
Mm.
I wasn't really
It's-
okay with mine. It was a bit shady, but yours is good. Yours should be interesting.
Now that is the right word.
I'm sure I look forward to hearing about it down here.
You might find out ripples in your times. Or when I next speak to you, if it's in this form or in that with angel wings. Either way, we'll speak again.
I don't think I could imagine you with angel wings. Maybe tattered banners, but not angel wings.
I was more referring if you get angel
Oh.
wings.
We'll see, I suppose.
Indeed. I've got faith in you. It goes two ways after all.
Well, you haven't let me down so far. So
Nor
might
you
as well
to
keep
me.
it up.
Good night, Wash.
Goodbye, Bowden.
And with that, the voice leaves you in the dark once again. And from the outside perspective, Emmerich finally, after a few minutes, catches his breath and starts, as you say, ritual casting out the spells. And you start to watch as Emmerich's more hemocraft blood magic, you can see these red circles, almost like the land. He's brought up the veins of the land, and they're pulsing and feeding blood almost into the stone that is Wash, making it warm. you begin to see it flakes off as if exfoliating dried skin. It peels off a Wash bit by bit, and Wash, you begin to feel first that your hammer in your hand becomes heavy once more. You feel weight as your shoulders drop, and you have to almost try and catch your weapon before it slams into the muddy ground as your body is exhausted. Before Wash just basically falls down onto one knee out of his stone prison, taking a deep, deep breath of wet nighttime air.
I'll just sit there for a moment. I'm breathing.
Emmerich comes over and puts a hand on your shoulder. Are you okay, friend?
Well, I think that could be used as a business model for maybe health. But I'm fucking exhausted, if I'm honest.
Well, let's get you and myself and everybody else here back into the dry of the tent.
I'm
This is
assuming it's dead.
quite. Your compatriots did very well.
Fucking better be.
And everyone else is okay too. They're all here with us. Your eyes are struggling to focus. You do like come in and out sort of things. You know, you just first wake up, you got that bleary-eyed sort of thing. They're stinging, but your focus just comes and goes a little bit. But you can see your friends all standing around you. Plus Mary.
I want to, like, sluggishly get up and walk over to, like, Lavender. Like, and kind of, like, inspect, like, you're not hurt, you're not damaged. But
I'm fine.
are you sure you're fine? I mean,
We are all fine.
look around. Yeah, they look fine. You all look fine. It's fine. And then I'll give a little side eye to Silver Song.
If you don't mind, I'm just going to backtrack a little bit, actually. There's something I actually want
go
to
for it.
quickly do before we start interacting, because it actually involves Silversong. I forgot to do this. Whilst Emmerich was ritual casting, she saddles up next to you, Elleril. Thank you again for the weapon. I didn't know you had one of them.
Took up one of your men.
Well, it's you wouldn't happen to have some ammunition for it, would you?
All that was in the barrel.
Damn. Kieran goes, saddles up next to Lavender. Lavender, you wouldn't happen to have any spare ammunition for that, for either your rifle or my little one here, would you? There's just something I really need to get off my chest.
That's a good question. I don't know if we ever established how much ammunition I had for that.
God damn it, but such a bad DM. We always bring this up every single session. Intervention comes out and never actually
Was it-
top it up.
Was it not 20 bullets
I think
when
it
you
was
first
20
got it?
Let's
And
just
then
say
you
that.
shot.
Remember
and
how many
you
I've
shot it like 4 times, I think, in
4?
total.
I'll say
Yeah, you-
5 just for good luck, you know? I'll hand her. And I was like, just keep it. Just keep the weapon. I don't want it.
Are you sure this is a... She looks intervention up and down. The powerful weapon.
Some of us don't need to rely on mechanical things.
She bites her bottom lip a little bit.
Of course, in the middle of chink. Chink.
I love that
Fair.
just while Falcoris is working away, he's getting the
No.
biggest like tea session of all time.
He's-
He knows everything to connect the dots.
I'm pure sweating, hair everywhere, getting fucking people buried, and you're like, oh yeah, this is great. And I was just like, chink. What the? Chink.
Well, Mary takes intervention then. Just let me double check one thing. Yeah. And she sort of sees that she immediately knows how to use this rifle, and she sort of takes it and she goes for the power shot. You sort of see the whole thing begin to arc and warp in her hands, and she walks over towards Borath and takes aim, butts the butt of the rifle into her shoulder, and you hear the thunder above this thunder next to you on ground level ripples out as the back of Borath's head explodes backwards. And she... That felt good. That felt good. Thank you again. Turning back towards Lavender. We then flash forward, sorry. So Wash now being free, checking over Lavender and Co. and looking towards Mary.
You know, yeah, I'll give a side, so like a visible, not disgust, but like contempt, basically. Do a very quick check. You seem fine as well, Silver Song.
You saved my life. So, thank you, Wash. I generally wouldn't be here without you. I owe you.
I didn't do it for you.
I figured as much. And yet I still owe you.
Can we go now? I don't particularly want to be in the rain any longer.
I would agree with Wash. Do you guys have a place to go for the night? Might I trouble you to join you?
Yeah, we can set up a space in the tent for you. That sounds worse than what it is. It's actually an interdimensional space that Emmerich made.
That sounds a lot better than the pissing rain.
Let's this way.
Of course.
Unless anyone wants to do anything else here. Hello, we maybe just start leading the way.
Mary will sort of walk towards Falcorus's direction, not all the way, but like, we're going, Falcorus, if you haven't... Are you done?
No, there's still two fucking bodies to bury. Can't do it all myself. Come on, get a shovel.
Let me... you guys go on ahead, I'll stay with Falcorus, it's fine. I should be the one to help bury my own party, after all. Again.
Elro comes and helps as well, but it's just to supervise that, actually. Take...
Elril, if you're not going to pick up a shovel and put some dirt in a fucking grave, fuck off.
I just
Commissar
imagine going
Elril.
like, oh, you missed a spot.
You too, Lavender. If you're going to do that, fuck off. I'd rather do this.
That first grave isn't exactly even Falcor, so...
Right. Eldritch Blast.
Just
Get summoned.
these days, you know?
I get this stuff. Once all the graves are redug or refilled up, though, sorry, Mary will actually then go around like the nearby sparse trees that come here, and she will start taking off with a knife piece of bark and wood, and she'll just write their names of the people that's been buried again, and they sort of put them not like as a cross or anything else, but it's more just names on the wood, just sink them on top of the earth, and slightly bury them. And she just still stands up. Right. It's time.
No words.
I already said words many years ago. I don't need to say them again when this wasn't their true selves.
Alright.
I'm just putting them back out of respect. I said my sorries already. Let's go, please.
Yeah. Of course. Flicking his hair that's soaking out his eyes.
Mary's eyes get like anime love hearts seeing the fucking wet Falcors.
No. No. I'm not banging Lavender's mum.
I think you
that time.
Well, no, it
You're
doesn't
probably
take...
the same age, right?
Do you know what? Probably, actually.
Can we stop setting this up?
Lavender's got a new but it doesn't take too long to find the tent again, and more importantly, get inside and get dry and composed. Uh, Elleril, as we all start going, so actually before I do anything, does anybody want to do anything before we go to bed? Any RP? Anything you want to say with each other or individually in private? To me, even?
I have just a detail about how I want to go to bed.
Okay. Well, you walk into your room first of all, and you were hesitant, but Emmerich hasn't changed anything. Apart from one thing, on the opposite side of the room, it's been extended out to accommodate this. There is a slightly larger bed than yours, with a slightly comfier mattress and 2 more pillows than your bed on the opposite side. Across the headboard, there's just Emmerich in gold filigree.
Emmerich,
Darling?
are you not going to at least put a screen up?
No. I'm not
Okay,
shy.
fair enough. I was more thinking, in case you probably guessed, I heard you had a new companion.
Yes, but he wasn't able to come tonight. Nor was I, but there we go.
That's unfortunate for the both of you.
No, there it is.
Yep.
Well, I was more so going to suggest I was going to offer, upon seeing that you've moved in, which I'm taking as a sign of good taste.
Extravagant taste, darling.
I was going to offer my bed to Marie just in case she wanted it.
If you want.
Yeah, I've got another place to stay tonight. And Elril kind of.
My bed, is it? It's not. Who are you bunking up with?
Lavender's more.
Everyone's getting a shot of Lavender's mum.
Hopefully, you can just keep me for your dreams, Emmerich. And I'll leave my room and then leave the tent.
Okay.
And I want to try and just make a little shelter that's hidden and discreet, and I want to sleep outside tonight.
You absolutely can do that. I think I know what you're doing. Doesn't need a roll to do it. You make a little shelter. You make
You
it.
want like a stealth or a survival check or
I'd
something?
say this
to
will be
hide
a
it?
survival check, basically.
Okay.
Because you can stealth yourself. It's more the
Yeah.
shelter that you can't stealth, but you can try and hide it and camouflage it in the rain.
It's good anyway. Where is survival? It's 15.
15? You think you've hidden it quite well enough, especially in the dark of night? You think during daytime it might be a bit more visible, but not blaringly obvious, you know? It's a fairly small and tiny shelter. You might have to be fetal position to sleep, but you can certainly do that. It's not the driest by any means, but it's a shelter.
Yeah, and I'll keep vigilant for 4 hours and then actually sleep for 4 hours.
Not a problem. Make a perception check for me, please. We'll just assume that we'll just do all your stuff just now, if that's okay, before night takes you. Do a quick perception check. As you peer through the night.
19.
19. You peer through the night, again, weary and sore and probably exhausted from all your running, especially with that round in circles Borath and the tent and back. Your muscles are starting to feel that workout effect and that warm burning sensation across your ankles, calves and core stomach. The night is loud with rain and thunder that rolls overhead continuously, but nothing of alert catches your eye. And before long, you brush the strands of long, wet hair out your face before you roll over and get your 4 hours sleep hidden in the dark. The rest of you.
Falcoris will probably wait until everybody's kind of went to bed, and then soaking wet, he'll take off all of his stuff, and the fire that we've got, the little campfire that we've got, he'll set the fire to go and put all his stuff in front of the fire and walk bollock naked into his room.
Mary blushes once more.
Mary's gone. Okay. I'm waiting till everybody's away to their bed.
But yeah, you walk bollock naked back into your own bedroom, letting your stuff dry out by the fire.
Yeah.
And you just go straight to sleep, sore.
I'll probably check in with Lucia, just be like, you got the energy to talk yet?
You can feel that she can give very, very basic answers right now. She is beyond tired, but she is with you.
Alright, just rest. We'll talk tomorrow.
There's almost like you yourself sigh with relief, not even meaning to, as if Lucia temporarily takes over your mouth and her sigh escapes you.
Alright. And of course we'll just essentially go to his bed and go to sleep.
Will do. Wash Lavender's early. Anything you three would like to do before tucking in?
Nah, I'm straight to bed.
No.
Barely
just
gets his
tuck up.
armor off and just sleeps.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess washing and correct from wrong, but you're basically just taking armor off and letting it fall to the floor, sort of thing. You're not trying to put it up in neat piles. That you were just like, the pauldron's off, it clangs to the floor loudly, other pauldron comes off, helmet. The helmet's probably the only thing you might take a bit of care of, but everything else is just falling off you. Tumbling in heaps, metallic clanks crashing to the floor. Lavender and Brownie, you guys go to bed and tuck up. Brownie licks your wet hair as if she's trying to dry you off, but you eventually do find yourself getting dried off by getting big Brownie hugs before falling asleep next to him in his big warm belly. And Azraelia, much the same, you come back into your room, and a very nervous Adar waits for you, and she will not settle for the longest time. It is like just having a hyperactive, worried puppy who just is worried about its master, sort of thing, till eventually you convince her you're okay. She licks your wounds, and she falls asleep on your chest, still licking your face, as she eventually nods off, and you probably not far behind her.
Yep, that sounds about right.
None of you hear the conversation that Emmerich and Mary have, which Gumolan goes, "What the fuck are your legs?" But that's about that's probably about it. And morning eventually comes, and you all, one by one, woke up, achieving a full rest. Heal up,
Okay.
spell up, and all that good stuff. Lavender,
Can I do something before the others wake up?
please, absolutely.
You know how she's got all the flowers in her room?
Mhm.
Can she gather a bunch of them and then take them to the graves and start like decorating them with the flowers that she has? With Brownie, obviously.
You certainly can do. You get up before anybody else does, and you, again, going around your room first of all, pluck these beautiful bouquets of flowers and tie them up with bits of twine, make them look nice and lovely and presentable, organize them, and with bodyguard best friend Brownie, you guys walk out into the night. It is still, well, into the dawn light. It is still raining, and there is still thunder overhead, but you find easily with the light of day, the early day, these graves, and you one by one approach them and place a bouquet of flowers upon each one, and you can sort of see the names that are written upon the three of them. If you want them, I'll give them to you just now. Where are they? Because you'll be looking. Oh fuck, I can't read them. Fuck, I really didn't. I didn't like. There's just a wall of text. I've got the fucking paragraph. I am so bad at grammar. This is horrible, Matthew. Okay. So the first one, you don't know who is who, in the sense of obviously which zombie's face belongs to which, but you see the three names. I'm just going to write them all out here in the handouts chat, probably. There we go. We have that one. And then lastly, we have... Where is it? There it is. So for everybody else, you see the three names of Kyannan, sorry. Tiam and Ashen are the three names that are written down. You place a bouquet by each plaque, for lack of a better term. And are you going back to the tent afterwards? Is there anything else you'd like to do at that
she'll
moment?
just sit with Brownie, you know, and out next to them.
You sit with Brownie and just enjoy the peace and the rain and with Brownie's company. feeling whatever emotions run through your head and body right now. The rest of you wake up. I will say, Elril, as you come to and start looking around, your immediate surroundings, you will see off in the distance the unforgettable visage of a bear with a human companion next to them. Way up in the hills.
Prestidigitation on myself so I don't look soaked and like I slept outside.
Not a problem at all.
And then I'll post up by a tree in front of the tent. Just kind of observing.
Mm-hmm. Not a problem at all. Just waiting for the world to tell
waiting
you
for
to
everyone
move
else
almost. Yeah.
to get up and stuff.
And the rest of you, one by one, awaken. Mary is going to be a late riser, we'll say, in the situation. But one by one, probably Wash as well. I'm going to say you're probably a bit of a late riser as well for one of the few times you're not one of the first up. But yeah, you all find yourselves coming to the main sort of lobby area of the tent. Falcoris' stuff is all just hanging out drying.
I mean, Falcoris is probably one of the first ones up, being military focused for a long time. So he's probably up. He's probably putting on his armor again. He's just gonna start walking out.
Mostly dried. Not completely bone dry, but most of it's dried. To the point it's not going to be uncomfortable to wear.
Noon. Alright.
Morning.
Emmerich, morning.
Sleep well?
Kinda not. It's just that perks a job nowadays. Oh, there's press plate. Oh, it's an old bugger. Right. Where's Lavender? Where's Illiru? I'll quickly peek out the tent. Probably see Illiru standing at a tree. Illiru?
Morning.
Morning. You want to come in so we can talk about what the fuck's next?
Sure.
Have you seen
Just
Lavender?
thought it was a nice morning. Lavender and Brownie went for a walk.
Oh, can you show?
I don't know where they are.
Oh.
Make a deception check. So, of course, you may make either, if you want to, if you feel Elro might be lying to you. Well, Elro, what do you roll?
I mean,
10, no modifier.
10?
Yep.
well, my passive insight would be 16.
He's letting on more than he knows.
I'll kind of just squint at him. Well, get inside and then I'll kind of step outside and start looking for and then when I see them, I'll kind of half shout, essentially, Lavender! Come here a sec. We need to talk about what's next.
She's gonna just like crouch down behind Brownie.
Lavender! Wherever Brownie is, you are. You're not fooling me.
Be
Of course, would you
another
mind-
bear.
Would you mind if I just go speak to her in private, please?
Oh.
Mary settles up next to you.
Oh, sure. Maybe not. Never mind, Lavender. Stay where you are.
Thank
She's
you.
still sitting down. She's not.
Behind Brownie.
It could be another bear, right? She's like looking at Brownie. like...
Yeah, another
There's,
bear with big fucking armor on it. Yeah.
There could be another bear out there with armor, right? You've seen one with armor. She's like fully trying to convince Brownie. Right?
We just see Vex's bear walk past.
Yeah.
You sort of bleeding.
Who the fuck are you?
It's
I'm gonna make it a rule that we armor other bears now. You know that, Brownie? I feel like this is just.
We just weaponize other like
Nature needs to be more terrifying. Armed
feral
bears.
bears.
Yeah, I
We
feel like
weaponize
we're just
feral
too
bears.
recognizable with you being the only armored bear in this area. So I feel like we should armor other bears.
Logical. I like it.
We'll have to
Mary
do
will
game
leave.
plan.
Mary will leave the tent and begin to slowly walk away in Lavender or the bear's direction. But the rest of you guys, in the meantime, could go back inside the tent, obviously. Emmerich will join you, obviously, at the table.
Yeah, of course we'll start like doing the usual kind of cooking slew, essentially, the old military style, for
Please tell
breakfast.
me making something good.
Well, it is good, right? Now, people have misconceptions about this stuff. It's good.
So it's
course.
shit.
Well, she've been eating it for the last fucking
So
however
it's
many days.
military shit again.
Of course, I don't think everyone's actually told you face to face. Military breakfast is dog shit.
Right, well,
It's
tell you what
fucking
then.
awful.
Make your own
It gives
fucking
you a
breakfast.
nutritional...
Okay.
Fine.
M-
At least it looks-
Can Wash and Emmerich work together to make breakfast?
Where are your fresh fruits and vegetables?
Yep. See, this is why military breakfast is a thing. There's no such thing as fresh fruit and fucking vegetables around here.
I couldn't be an adventurer.
Of course, we'll pick up the pot that he's made and fucking move away.
What are we
Sip-
shouting about? Why are we
Like-
arguing?
Trying
Over
to make some
breakfast.
decent fucking food.
I don't particularly care for military breakfast.
Why is no one using the crock pot?
Joel's
Oh.
crockpot, yeah.
Forgot about that.
I kind of forgot.
Oh,
what-
actually, I wouldn't know this. What
That's
fucking
even
crock pot?
Joel's magic crockpot, neither does Elion.
Wait, hang on. Wait. But it doesn't
You
make
guys have-
things by itself, does it?
No, but I think it. Hang on, I
Or
did.
is it crockpot of the dragon? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't think it. I think it preserves the
Like,
food
it
and
Things, it keeps things warm at least.
yeah. Anyways,
Let's see.
It's a fucking crock pot.
If Chief Kilo's in chat, please tell me what the crockpot does. It's been a fucking ages. Kilo, if you're in chat, please. What does a crockpot do?
I looked it up recently.
I can't remember if it's in your handouts or not, but
Oh, you know where it'll be. The handouts.
that's what I'm looking
Uh,
for just now.
Oh wait, no, is it not in? I think it's in our DMs.
Maybe. Anyways,
anyway, yeah. Well, as you guys are having this meeting, what are you guys discussing? What's
Yeah.
of course brought you all to the table for after
Yeah.
you guys have bickered over breakfast?
well, of course, is now going to wait for Lavender and Brownie to appear.
Okay. You guys continue arguing over breakfast then for a little bit longer. As Lavender, you're sort of standing in the rain, and it is still again rain, thunder, and pretty atrocious weather outside, as the sound cue now will elaborate for. As eventually, slowly, not to intrude or barge into your scene, Mary approaches and stands maybe about 10, 15 feet away from you. And she looks over the graves. Thank you very much. You didn't have to do something like that for people you didn't know.
Only seemed right. I had the flower.
It's appreciated. They were very good friends. And it was awful to see them last night turned into what they were. Lavender, I owe you many years. All of yours, certainly. And I can't give you them again. I can't go back and be there. I can't be anything more than what the past dictates I already am. And I'm not going to try and change your mind. I'm not. You're a fully grown woman and not a child. And I dare not treat you like one after your terrifying display last night. I just want you to know I'm proud of you. You have chosen an odd group, I'm not going to lie, but a good one. and the path you're carving for yourself, I will support you no matter what you do, or where you go. If there's anything you need that I can do, you can find me in Pavmar, or I'll come find you, if you get word. And I'll be there. I would like a chance to be a mother. But I know I need to earn that right. Brownie looks between the two of you like, sort of like feeling the tension rising. And I'm sorry.
Okay. She's gonna nod. I will say next time you send us with big suits to help us in a situation, my bearer is Brownie here is my most important family to me.
Noted.
Thank you.
I won't make the mistake again. I will give you all the space you need, I will let you come to me. If you want to.
I appreciate it.
And thank you for everything.
Mostly
get
boss you have to thank.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to like me. None of your
I don't
friends,
think
I
boss
think,
likes
do.
anyone.
Well, that makes me feel a bit better.
I'm catching strays. What the shit?
What you saying fuck me for?
Insert 50-cent meme.
But then again, I don't know people very well, so I wouldn't listen.
Out of all the technology as I've created, I've never still been able to master people either, Lavender. They are an odd bunch.
I mean, we didn't get out the forest much.
No.
I understand animals better than. That's why I have Brownie and the owl. I don't know where he is right.
When was the last time we seen Silver? Just as a note. Anyway, sorry.
He's probably rolling around in the beholder's body goop, you know, just.
The Doom soundtrack playing as he does so.
He's somewhere.
Yeah. Well, you got something one up on me then, that's for sure. I can never even master animals either. I can't even keep plants alive, so let alone a pet. But, mechanics, that's where I find my skills best put. Making the world a better place is what I'd like to do with them.
Maybe you can teach me something.
I would love the opportunity to.
We should probably get back. They don't do well when they're hungry.
Oh. Yes, boys will be boys, I guess. Yes, we better go back before we are down another party member again. As you guys walk back, the door is open to.
Yeah,
No,
if he's all,
you don't understand. Fresh.
of course, he's got Elro pinned down with a spoon with military food in it. Like, take this, Prince boy. You grew up
You didn't even put salt in it.
You grew up in a fucking lavish lifestyle.
But of course, I lived in a sewer and I still ate better than this.
Lavender's gonna look at Mary. So mechanical stuff, right?
Well,
I'll see what I can whip up.
if only I had good berry.
That was a good scene, guys. Well done.
And scene.
And see.
Mary and Lavender are back in the fold again. Eventually, between all of your efforts, a tastier version of a mochi breakfast is wrapped up.
And
I get to picture Emric crying as he slowly like. I remember that one time where I had a 10-course breakfast as a child.
You know, see when you kind of get over the fact he did try to feed as a person, Jill wasn't that bad of a cook. Yeah.
Washing is really on the what?
Wash is just in the corner rubbing his temples like it's too early for this shit. Could you all shut the fuck up before I punch every single one of you in the face as hard as I
You
can?
were a lot less whiny when you were made of stone. I'm just saying.
He's wanting to go back to being stone.
Honestly,
It was
you were a lot
more-
less whiny when you were stone. I'm just saying.
You know what's funny? It was also a lot less fucking it was a lot less chaotic. It was like meditating.
There's a door.
Matt, can I do a sleight of hand check to cast prestidigitation on my food to actually make it taste nice?
Sure. Make a slight hand check, please.
Can everybody counter spell it?
Eric
23.
Eric does not notice.
I know.
You prestidigitation and make your food taste how you like to make it taste, better than what it currently is, in your opinion.
Yeah, I make it like taste how it should taste if like, you know, I cooked it. Which is probably worse.
In your mind, it's better. I saw the idea of like having prestidigitations make a bowl of like vegetables taste like a roll of links. You know, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
But you all finish your breakfasts, like it or not,
All right.
and then Rick then. Well, what's next then?
You owe me a coat.
Darling, do you see any shops out here?
You can take me to shop back in the city.
That was good to suggest. Are we going back to Pavma? Are we going elsewhere for your traveling needs?
We might need to consider Eldia.
So soon?
Fuckwurst said he wanted to do something, right? You were saying something, right? You're the one who gathered us.
Yeah, to discuss our next steps. I don't know. Alria's
I think
there.
that's something important. I think Alria will have to wait. So when I was in my lovely little stone slumber, the very prestigious Bowden decided to come and actually say hello. He's given us a warning.
Right.
It looks like, according to him, they've actually managed to teleport their fleet into the ocean.
The Shadowfell.
Mm-hmm.
Now, shit.
He said soon. He said he would be able to buy some time because he's deciding to go and actually say hello to his family, which is going to be interesting to find out. But he doesn't know how long that'll be. But it seems that it's their first assault, possibly their only assault. They also let me know that it's not their fault, in fairness, which is something I've agreed with. I don't think that all of the soldiers in Shader Kai are actually really at fault here.
They're not. We
Soldiers.
we met one. He was kind of taken prisoner. But when we actually spoke to him, he was forthcoming. He just wants a stay beneath the sun.
Well, if I'm honest, I don't think that we need to blow them off the face of the earth. It doesn't seem like they've had a particularly good life. And I'll be honest, the Shadowfell was fucked over by stupid gods, or God specifically. in my opinion at least. So I think we should at least try and reason with a few of them.
We need to factor in as well. Lorenthal's just taken in all the refugees from Aria. We may not be able to sustain all the refugees from the Shadowfell.
Well, I mean, I'm personally sure they wouldn't particularly mind taking in a country that seems to have completely fallen. You know, that
Are
they
you saying we
technically
don't give
conquered.
we don't give Aria back to the people of Aria?
We do, but more the fact is that many people have died, and there's a lot of resources that need to go around. And I don't personally see why that should stop.
Don't think they'll be happy with that. You gotta remember, Aria is essentially the fucking Shadowfell all over again.
Yeah, and do you think the people who've been living in it won't do the most to fix that?
But you don't think the people living in it will want to go somewhere different?
Half of them are already supposed to be set up in Dareem. As a place away from there. If it's going to be a wasteland, give it to the people who know how to live in a wasteland, and give them a chance to actually make it into a place that's habitable again. You could pose it essentially as their penance for being part of a war that wasn't really their fault.
What I'm trying to say, Wash, is that people that are fleeing a wasteland do not want a wasteland.
Well,
You've been to the Shadowfell, I haven't. I'll give you credit for that. But that place, nothing can grow. It's not possible to grow. War has happened all over this world, and there are still countries that rise and fall just as easily as the change of a wind. Things can grow here. They can't in the Shadowfell. That's better than what they've got. Maybe starting exactly fresh with somewhere familiar might actually be what they want. It's a possibility to govern themselves, to be freer, to get back to where they were originally. We wouldn't be giving them a wasteland. We'd be giving them the opportunity to make something of themselves. No handouts, no ridiculous government, no prejudice. They'd be capable of managing themselves, and they'd have a chance to do what they always said that they wanted to do exactly, which is just be free and build their own society away from the Shadow Realm.
What would you rather fight, Wash? An undead army? Or a city full of civilians?
Do you want to
There's an
continue
easier
with your
goal
point?
for
Because
them.
that rhetorical question nearly offends me, if I'm honest.
Does it?
Almost.
It offends me as well. I'm not going to be naive about this.
We're also assuming that they're willing to talk.
well, here's the thing. There's going to be a force of large numbers, I guess. It's going to be hard to talk to them all. It's going to be hard to convince some. Now, I believe, I can't remember his name, which is shocking, but the one that we do have, the Shadokai that we have, that is living his life, building his little garden, we should put him to use. See if he can convince others that are coming from the Shadowfell that the way of life here we can provide. Whether it would be on different plans. Now, I agree with both sides here, Wash and LRO. Space is a massive thing. We don't have a lot of it. In the sense of, right now, Aurea is completely occupied. And if Shadowfell's coming now, we can't exactly offer them Aurea without saying, well, guess what? There's an undead army sitting there and an ex-champion of a god. So, I think we have to reach out to Republic of Tyre. Ask them if they can take some refugees. Just created an alliance with them. They understand what's coming. We've told them about it. They know what's next. We've already told them that we might have a way to actually stop without bloodshed. Which I would imagine if they're smart enough, they would know that we'd have to approach a negotiation table. Now, this is the part that is probably the most important part. We are not going to convince this great reclaimer to put down tools and talk and just find out. I don't think he thinks that way. We have to find a way to get his people to stand down.
I don't even think we'll be able to get all of them to stand down at least. But even
Obviously
if-
not.
No. I agree. There will always be resistance when you've geared up people for generations to hate our plane of existence.
100%. Now, I would like to offer them a little bit of Alria. I think there probably will be some towns that are maybe a lot more empty than what they are now, unfortunately. The reality of the world. Been killed. But Alria's occupied, and if Shadowfell's coming first before we can get in there and completely clear of this the final say, it's going to be a head fuck, because where do we put them? How can we promise them land without, because they want it now?
And I don't think we can exactly aim their cannons a different direction that easily.
We should reach out to Calathir as well.
Yes, I definitely think we reach out to Calvin.
I've been speaking with him. That's something I can definitely do. I could even pop over for a visit. He's invited me over many a times. I just never took the trip yet.
The
Bring him back.
I don't see the authorities of Alria, what's left of it, at least being happy with us. But I do think if we can offer it, we need to. But at the same time, we can't assume that is a solution.
My father always had a saying: plan for the best, expect the worst. That way you're never disappointed.
We need to reach out to the land masses. We need to talk to the people of Alria. The leaders, at least.
We also,
Alria,
and again,
Republic of
speaking
Siberia.
from a position of power, we need to arm ourselves.
Yes.
We need to make sure that if all negotiations fail, we are ready to fight back.
We need to get
Which
to
also
Pathmar.
sends a message to them.
So I guess that answers on my question then. What's next? Pavmar. We need to start gearing up for a war. One that we can maybe prevent.
Here's hoping.
I think as well,
Odds.
we also need to remember that none of this is our call. We can advise. And the day will be Elena's decision.
It's very true. Well, let's not dilly-dally then. Get your things. We should head back to the city. With haste.
In fact, Mary,
Yes?
tell me something. Your predecessor, essentially, and especially in the Great Ever Bay, built an underground town. Let's say, for talking's sake, that we managed to talk down the Shadowfell inhabitants for a little bit. And I know they want to see the sun, and I want to see the plant life. But temporarily, if we could we build an underground town for a little bit to house them?
Not quickly.
I mean,
And again, where Behemoth was built wasn't a town, it was a... what you would call a dry dock underground.
Yeah, stronghold.
Yeah.
what about Under
it was-
Dream? If we expand Under Dream, the tunnels are already there.
Dream has been cleared out, and again, you just have to have that issue of the refugees you're putting from Alria how to share with the shader. Again, I don't think anybody would have an issue with that per se. There's people looking for homes, but as you say, if there's tunnels there, we would just.
I don't think it's impossible, but I think if we put them underground, they're not going to be happy with that. They want to see the sun.
Yeah. But if they've got a passage to the sun freely, it might
If they just
stay them
slept
off for a little.
underground. It's. I can draw plans and see what could be available in that space. That's not an easy one, but I can try and work out logistics.
Every option that we've got, we need to put on the table.
I will look into those, and I will also look into more offensive capabilities as well, should the need arise for them.
All right.
Right. Is it home time then?
Do your thing, Emmerich.
Or ready to go in everybody else's? Pack your bags, get your things.
Of course, we'll stand up and start getting ready then. Papping people at the tent so we can break it down.
I will flip the bag of ice stalks and get a dark close.
Bring it dark close to you. Again, Lavender brings Brownie close to her as well. And you all gather up in a little circle. Emmerich sort of stands in the middle wherever he can. Mary will saddle up next to Lavender. And as per usual, Emmerich gives his roller coaster announcement of hands and feet inside the circles at all times. And again, the teleportation snaps you back through. Your body is torn apart at a molecular level, then reassembled. And you find yourselves in the dry. You find yourselves quite comfortably within the palace corridors of Pavmar. The familiar, quiet, safe space. Where you stand, however, puddles have formed, as you yourselves are wet. There's usual things you sort of materialize into existence, or a couple of nobles and like that caught off guard initially, oh goodness, but then just sort of walk past you all.
Probably just beeline to the throne room.
Emmerich has the exact same idea. Mary, as you guys get to the throne room, Mary sort of stops herself before going in. If all of you don't mind, I'm going to go speak to my people as well and get some initiatives and balls rolling, if that's okay with you all. I will converge with the princess soon enough, I promise. And once again, you all have my deepest thanks. I'll see you all later,
But
she says before taking her leave.
all right, let's go see your sister.
You guys throw open the your pardon. Excuse me, what? That was rude. You guys open up the throne room doors, where you can see that currently Elena is sort of sitting there on the top of the throne. She's got Lily by her side and a couple of advisors around her that just, you know, there doesn't seem to be much happening right now. The good thing is they're all just sort of just chatting away, but there's nothing formal. This isn't like a formal meeting of sorts. It's just a chit-chat right now with the various other nobles that are tying with the queen and the princess. And as the door is swung open, they all heads turn in your direction, and all faces smile, seeing happy, familiar faces before them. Well done. Welcome back. How are you all? Elena asks.
Elena, we may need to assemble a council.
Very well. She turns to the advisors around her. Would you all please excuse? I would like a private moment, please. Without question or hesitation, they all sort of either deeply bow from the waist or just bow their head, and one by one filter past you all out the room until it's just yourselves and the lines that guard her are inside this room. The door shut behind.
Well, sorry for a start with this, Sergeant.
No,
What's just
I
been-
would ask, is everything okay, but I'm going to guess not.
Wash has been given a message.
What message? And from whom?
I'm just trying to look at him.
Bowden.
Bowden. Okay.
Probably a
And-
decent time to say that Bowden also named me his champion, but we'll move on past that quite quickly. But
Sure.
look, I was petrified. He spoke to me. Essentially, what he said is that a warning is that soon the Shader Kai have managed to teleport their boats onto the ocean, onto open water. So a fleet is supposed to be coming.
Shit.
It hasn't happened just yet because he said he was going to go convene with the gods to delay as much as they can, to give as much time as possible. But
Okay.
it will be soon. He couldn't even tell me if there was enough time to go to a south pond to get people back physically.
Well, do I? Never mind formalities right now. I'm sorry. I'm just. There's a lot to take in from that. We don't know when, but we know they're coming
Imminently.
relatively soon, if not imminently. Well, we need to get
Yes.
defenses shored up then.
We
We need to notify the Tsunami Armada. We need to get Brazen
He-
Fort shored up to begin with.
Bowden also said that there are allies to be found within the Shader Kai. These people are soldiers, not monsters. They're forced to fight. It's possible that there's at least a level of political action that's useful here that might be able to cause some upset within their ranks, or at the very least give us more bodies to add.
That's a big if on that one there.
I trust the gods' words, and I don't trust a lot of gods. These people are just soldiers, and they just want a better life. I've been told you've already seen that by one individual.
Yeah.
Just because they're this great reclaimer might be one of those people who won't ever let that happen, doesn't mean there aren't people who might be in that army who don't align to his views. They just want somewhere that's not some barren wasteland where nothing will grow.
I don't know if you know this, Wash. I've been to the Shadowfell, and it is awful. It is a truly diabolical place. I can't say I blame them at all for wanting to leave. I will not stand and let cannons fall without retaliation, of course, upon our people. But if there is a god I need to listen to, it's Bowden. She sort of turns her eyes towards Eliril and that one there. Family and all that. Before going back to Wash. Oh, I hate this. Well, we need time to prepare.
Lena. Pull together the dignitaries, the people we saved from Alria, their leaders that we've got left. Reach out to the Republic of Tyria. We need to start letting other countries know as well. Kingdoms. And we need to work out a plan. Obviously defend as first and foremost our priority. We must defend our own people. But on top of that, start bringing up strategies, start bringing up ideas, start bringing up plans. If we can manage to house and change some of their force to work with us and put down their weapons. There's no need to bloodshed people who just want to live a better life.
Agreed. As you say, my priority is our own shorelines. But if there need not be bloodshed, then let there not be.
So reach out to the...
Thank you.
Sorry, Wash. Reach out to the others.
Yeah. Wash, you had something to add there, sorry.
I just said
What's up?
thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Feel it or
You're
not.
welcome. Wow. Okay. Thank you, all of you, for, going above and beyond once again. I dare say in very recent times I will be calling upon you again. As part of this, I dare say.
Marie Silverstone is safe also. She's already went to the crate. Try and see what she can do.
I was wondering where she was. She needed saved.
Yeah, it's a long story.
Well, I hope
I'll tell you
she's-
later.
As long as she's okay and everything is well, relatively speaking, I'm going to assume.
She knows of the
Yes,
gravity of this.
Good. I need time to now prepare and plan and draft some ideas. Please don't go far. I need you all.
Don't mind, I'm going to go and
Yeah.
talk to the Shader Koi. Do you remember his name?
No.
Oh, God. Somewhere in my notebook, I'll find it.
I'm not scrolling back from my Google Docs that far.
I'd like to come and meet him as well, if that's all right.
Of course, he's, technically speaking, a prisoner, but of course, treated far better than that.
He could be key in strategy for turning people around.
He might very well be.
Especially the nobles.
I've also got initially some rash ideas, but I dare say her eyes go towards you again, Elril. With conversations, I can iron out some ideas.
We need to be aware of space. We've got the area of refugees. And I mean, the people in the slums outside Brazenfort still haven't been housed. Officially.
Yes.
How's the cleanup of Dream going?
It's getting there The good thing is, we're not having to build totally from the ground up. Yes, they are having to demolish a lot of buildings to, I guess you can say, purge out the old and in with the new. But a full effort is on there right now. We have people volunteering from all over the lands, all over the Renthal to end their aid and construction skills, farming, and Dream will be up and running. Be fully functioning again. Will it be the big trade port it was as soon as we're like? Of course not. But it will be open for business soon.
Good.
But
We
yes,
should,
space.
We should reach out to the people of Belo. They are well-known woodworkers. It is
We
the
actually-
least that they can do for us when we relieve them of their monster problem within the woods.
That actually is a very good idea. I will send people to drop contracts to purchase wood from them and their skilled hands. We have a tremendous resource with the Green Gorge, and with your help making it a little bit safer, perhaps we could start a larger lumber project. It'd be a pain to cart the wood from one end of the country to the other, but it'd be far worth it in the end.
All hands on deck.
You can always attach my name to that. You can look out for what's his name? We got the
Inferior?
contract for
Nope.
not Kinfield. Nope.
The mayor, you
the-
mean? Or,
The halfling.
Yeah, the halfling.
oh, you're fucking about Adder, whoever his name was it?
Yes, something like that. I can't find it. But yeah, if we speak to him,
Archer. That was it, Archer.
Yes, if you reach out for him personally and add my name to it, he will more likely answer the call.
I shall do indeed. Thank you very much. It's good to have a name that carries weight in Balo. Would you all mind if I spoke to my brother in private, please? Just for a moment or two?
Go ahead. I'm gonna go and see this shadow guy.
Fantastic. I dare say I'll be calling upon all of you one by one soon, if not together. And thank you again, everybody. With that, you all filter out the room. Lily goes to stay, obviously, just sort of standing by, but even Elena turns to Lily and sort of gives her a... Please. Lily rolls her eyes. Not in the angry or upset way, just the way it's like, okay, I get it's family sort of thing. Before leaving the room, where it is just literally, even the lines leave. It is just you and Elena in this room, Elril.
As soon as everyone leaves, I just hug her.
She is initially like, oh, and then brings her arms around you as well, for a tight hug. Brother, you're fucking soaked.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
It's been a lot.
It's been a lot. That's for sure. If this is happening, if the Shadowkai are coming and a potential war is on our gates, do you think we should bring Dad into it?
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero. He knows how to lead. I haven't got the fucking faintest clue.
I don't even think you need
I'm not
to.
saying this, I forgive him. But he's a tool that we could utilize.
I don't think you need to do anything differently if you don't want to. As I said before I left, give him room of the castle at least. House arrest. You don't need to talk to him ever outside of the war chamber if you need to.
I don't
But
think
he's a
I could
good
do that.
resource here. And keep
I
him
don't
locked
think
up.
I don't think I could speak to him one-on-one like I can speak to you right now. Not just now.
Then I'll do it.
I do think it would be wise, though, to put pride aside for a little bit.
I'll do it. I know Mother would do it. You don't need to. You don't need to deal with him if you don't want to.
No, I don't think I do, but, in a weird way, I know he won't even... I don't even need to say this, but I just need him to know that it's me that will be in charge, not him. He'll be under our command, not his own. And I don't need to say that, I probably sound like a bitch for saying it, but... we need his help. Not
Okay.
his leadership.
At the end of the day, he can give his opinion. That's a valuable opinion.
Exactly.
But we don't need to listen to it if we don't want to.
It will be listened to, and it will be considered, whatever he does have to say.
Good. Would you like me to go with you? When you first see him? Or would you like me to relay this?
No, I would think it would be best that, I asked him this favor directly. But I would you like you with me?
Then I'll be at your side.
Thank you.
Forever and always.
I appreciate that. I'm not going to do that right now. I need to get other things in a row first, apparently. Yes, I just wanted your opinion on that one.
Yeah. You know, I had hopes of coming back here with a gift from Mother.
A gift? What are you thinking of?
I met my old mother.
You met the Wild Mother?
She gave
Who
me
the
these.
fuck haven't you met?
Did I tell you I met the Raven Queen?
God's sake. You speak to Bowden, champion of Bowden in your party? You've
I
met
don't
the
think
Wild
God's-
Mother and the Raven Queen? You've got yourself in deep here, brother.
I don't think they like me very much, to be honest. They tolerate me. But I was hoping to come back with some good news for a change.
I know you've come back and put a heavy weight on our shoulders, but it doesn't stop you delivering good news all the same. If there is good news to be shared.
I'll go find her. I'll
We'll
make
bear the
sure,
brunt of the... We bear the brunt of the bad news. If you have a gift, let her receive the nicest in the world.
I am going to get to preparations as soon as possible,
I shall be doing the exact same.
if you don't mind. I know I mentioned setting up a bit of a spy unit before.
Mhm.
Keeping eyes and ears everywhere. I'm gonna watch the line recruits. Maybe select a few. Get some ears on the ground immediately.
I like the sound of that quite a bit.
If you need me, you know how to find me. I won't be far.
Thank you. And same to you if you need me for whatever reason. You seem capable.
Just having you close is the confidence I need.
Thank you.
I'll get through this, sister.
I'm sure we will. One way or the other. But don't let me keep you any longer. I've got things to do and so do you.
Yes.
With that, she sort of...
I feel like every time I burst through those doors, it comes in to ruin your day. So I...
You don't
I'll,
ruin my day ever. It's always nice to see that you come home this time. That you made a habit of coming home and throwing open those doors. The news I'll deal with. It's just good to have you throwing open those doors after all these years of not.
I'll just reach out with both hands and kiss her forehead before turning and then leaving.
As the door sort of opens, you can see Lily and the lions that are supposed to be posted outside are sort of waiting, and as the door sort of, Lily sort of peers past you sort of thing. Elena gives a nod, and Lily and the lions filter back into the room again. And the doors are shut behind once more.
I don't need to RP or anything, but I would just go drop off the seeds to my mum and
Very nice.
tell her how wonderful the Wild Mother's garden was, and not a single word about the incoming doom.
You have a lovely, after the chaos of this conversation, you take time, and probably like a good, 15 half hour to just sit down and just chat with your mum, give her this lovely gift, and regale her in the tales of how wonderful the Wild Mother's garden was, how big Celestia the tree is, and the story she told you, and all the happiness that can be found in that place, that little pocket in the middle of the Green Gorge. And your mother's thrilled with it. She loves it. And she loves her gifts, and she's going to find a place in her already busy garden to allocate and grow something beautiful. She's not sure where it is, and neither are you. But she's going to grow it all the same. Now, I know what Falcoris and Wash are off to. You're going to go see the prisoner. Azraelian and Lavender, what would you two like to be up to at this point, if anything at all?
Don't really have anything. I know Emmerich is going to be really busy, so I'm not going to try and take him away to go to the tables. But I'll probably just wander the streets, just try and get myself ready, because I know there's something big going to happen. So I'll just try and take everything in and get a feel for the situation.
Perfect. As you're walking around the streets, and again, you're sort of just being on the beat, so to speak, getting down with the people, and just knowing the conversations that are happening, there just seems to be a general air of happiness, especially with a lot of the population that are out on the streets right now being that from Alria, and there is talks of Dareem being, as you were informed earlier, rebuilt, reconstructed, efforts being in to rehome them. There is a lot of hopefulness. You can hear that a lot of the women are saying that their husbands have gone off already to help start rebuilding for them and that sort of stuff. So they're going to claim their little plot of land and build their family home anew and so on and so forth. There are stories of genuine happiness. There's people as well in Pavmar, the natives of, that are happy to also lend these poor people a hand that have had their homes taken away and want to help rebuild them. There are some that are a bit annoyed that they just have this new business trade come in that's going to get taken away, but hey ho, business comes and business goes. But overall, people are happy with where things are, is sort of the vibe of the street, so to speak.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all good in the hood. And Lavender, oh sorry, I went late for Taylor to sit down. Sorry. Lavender, is there anything you'd like to be doing in this moment?
No, probably clean up.
You go for a bath.
She went from playing in the mud to fighting in the mud to almost dying. I think the girl needs a bath.
Yeah, Lavender goes for a nice long hot bath from the drawn waters, and you just take time to soak, relax your muscles. You're covered in bruises and wounds that you have a feeling will scar, but you're alive, which is always a good start. And the hot water feels good in your skin and your aching muscles and your sore bones, and you can just feel your sort of shoulders drop in to the water that little bit deeper, and it is just relaxing for you. The first time, probably a long time, Lavender's had the moment to be not have any of the boys around, just to have a little bit to herself where she can just unwind and just be alone. And it probably feels good, that therapeutic recharge. Perfect. We then cut over then to Wash and Falcora, sorry, as you guys are heading towards where the prisoner is being held in his little house. As you guys are walking down the street, yep, was literally before you approach. As you guys are approaching, yeah.
Kind of slap Wash's arm, like, oh, his name's Zilvar. That was what it was.
How far back did you have to go to find that?
Quite a bit. Quite a bit.
You could be totally lying to me right now and I wouldn't be the wiser, so I'll just take your word for it.
But yeah.
Insight check.
But you approach, and as you guys are approaching Falcoris, you can see that again. I don't think Wash has met this man before. No, he hasn't. Wash definitely hasn't met this man before. Sorry, and hasn't seen the house either. Now, when you last saw the house, Falcoris, there are like from the outside, you can see there are seedlings everywhere and things that are starting to be planted. As you approach where this house has been walled off, it's always had a wall around. This wasn't built especially for him. It's a noble's house. It's been taken away from whichever noble previously owned it and has been given to the Shader Kai as a prisoner of war. You can see that already, that creeping over the walls that weren't there last time are these tall palm-like trees that are starting to grow up and up and up, young but still growing. You can see that the edge of the wall is lined with a creeping rose that's going over his side of the wall now, creeping over towards the public side, if you want to call it that. From the windows, you can see that every window that you can see has a planter on the outside filled with different colored flowers, crops even, like this is a full botanical experience that's happening in here right now. From the outside only, you can see this.
You can't grow anything for a long time.
And as... Oops, sorry. And as you approach, you can see there's two lions that sort of stand outside the closed gate. And as you two approach, they do recognize you, but...
Can I give him a
Can we
nod?
help, sir?
Just want to talk with Zilvar for a little bit.
We sort of like double check, like see if there's anything in the logbooks. Not got a pre-appointed meeting, have you, sir?
No, don't.
Alright, if you wouldn't mind holding here, let me see if he's free.
Oh.
And with that,
Yeah, wait.
one of the lions goes inside and closes the gate behind. And just standing out here, you can feel the air is thick with pollen around here. He is growing and he is planting and he is making a happy time for the bees, basically. But eventually, within the...
Seems like he's made a good little zone for himself for a prisoner of war.
That was his request. He wanted a garden so he could grow things. Well, he's doing well with it.
Good.
Eventually, I say eventually, maybe it takes about less than 5 minutes, probably like 2 or 3. The lion comes back and he's at the back. Go inside and knock on the gate and we'll let you out when you're done.
Thank you. Step through.
Of course. You guys head through, and you sort of walk around the edge of the house, and the outside, from the what you saw from the outside of the wall, sorry, very much your expectations met with them, where this is just an explosion of green, yellows, pinks, purples, a spectrum of colors awaits your eyes here, as there is just, again, plant after plant. Where it's sort of the illusion of a garden falls apart is where a gardener would have everything neat in rows in allocated plots. This is just, he has found seeds, he has planted them and has seen what has taken, and there's chaos around. Even nature isn't this chaotic in the way it would plant something. He has just gone wild with it. But everything that has grown is being tended to, you can tell. Every individual thing has been watered, has been looked after, has various needs met. And as you sort of go around, you see, indeed, your darker skinned, white hair, elven figure. Currently he's wearing a vest with his bare arms out. He's got exceptionally dirty, muddy trousers on. He is currently right now tilling the ground on his hands and knees. As you can see, he's just sort of shoveling dirt back in to cover up probably another sapling or seedling of some sort. As he sort of turns around and looks at you all. So, Goddess.
How are you
He
doing?
sort of stands up and he brushes the dirt off his knees a little bit, then he's...
Oh.
Forgive me. He puts his hand out.
Of course, it's probably muddy as well right now still. That's that.
With a very muddy hand, he extends it out. It's good to see you again.
I'll
friend.
shake his hand and then I'll gesture towards Wash and just be like, "This is my friend Wash."
Wash, it is lovely to meet you, my friend. He
Put
extends
my
the same
hand
dirty
out to
hand
shake as well.
Please.
I see the garden's going well from the last time I've seen it.
It has gone exceptionally well. Look. And he sort of goes off to the corner. You can see there's a little table where there's like a jug of water on the side of it. Please, if you want glasses, there's some inside them. But look at this. And he runs over. You can see he's got like a booklet that he has made where it's just been like a binder. And he is just, instead of just like being page, he's crammed pages in where it looks like in different handwritings, different information on different plants. Where he's just got information of how to look after this plant from someone different. Put it in this folder. I've been learning a lot about how to grow your plants here, and some of them are fascinating.
You got a
I can
favourite?
tend every single one of them. Yes, actually, and he sort of just walks away, sort of thing, and he goes to one of the trees. It's not grown yet, but when it's done, imagine this: it will give you fruit. It will give you things to eat every year. It's incredible.
Which?
And you sort of look, and he sort of opens the page. It's an apple tree.
An
It's
apple
just
tree. Apples
something you
are
might
good.
overlook in your life, but this will just give me something to eat.
Yeah.
And I've tried the apple. When I found I asked to try it. So good.
Well,
I cannot wait. I know years will need to be, but I cannot. I am so happy.
Well, I hope it bears great fruit for you for many years.
Me too. And please, whenever you come, if you want to have some apples when they're ready, I would love to give you some.
I'd love to try
As a
it.
token of, I know that our first meeting might not have been the best, but as a token of my appreciation of what you have done for me, my place is your place.
Well, Zilvar, I appreciate that. And I will. I'll come along sometime. Maybe you can learn how to do apple pie.
Apple pie. I will need to look into this further.
But unfortunately, Zilvar, it's not a all singing, dancing type visit. Unfortunately, I come with quite heavy news.
Oh. Have I done something wrong?
Not you. Not at all. Your people, we have on good word, is ready to start their invasion. It's very imminent. Could be now, could be weeks' time. It sounds like they're gearing up and about to come through.
That is not good news. It was only a matter of time, but to hear the time has come, it is bad.
I think, and I hope you don't mind me putting you forward for this in a way, but we also have it on good authority, and I kind of look towards Wash, that a lot of them are susceptible to be allies. Put down the tools. And I think you're the perfect role model, beacon of light for them, to show them that, yeah.
Yes, you.
I'll look towards the garden and kind of gesture out to it. Somebody who's took this life in without, yeah, you fought us at the beginning, but now look at you. You're enjoying it. You're living with us.
But it will be hard to do that.
Oh yeah.
Bearing in mind you got me by myself. We had to you, and again, I'm not trying to discourage you, of course, but you had to first imprison me and then reach a negotiation with me. I am, again, I don't forget, technically a prisoner. I'm not a free man here.
I know.
Technically speaking, I can't leave those gates. I'm not. Please don't make me sound ungrateful. I am very grateful. I just. I am still a prisoner.
True.
A happy one, but a prisoner.
You're a testament to what homing the rest of the Shader Kai in this realm could be. In the end, we need to convince nobles and dignitaries from other places and here to allow, essentially, for you to stay and others to stay. And personally, I can only speak for myself, but I'm well aware of the intricacies of war and that soldiers are as much victims as they are monsters. We'd like to use you as an example of what they could provide, or what you would be able to do with fertile soil, even if it is the wasteland that is Alria. If you've managed to cultivate an honestly incredible garden, I don't see why there couldn't be others like yourself, or you could teach others to do what you can do.
I understand what you're saying. I would like to help however I can.
Good. The first thing you can do, we understand that the Great Reclaimer probably isn't willing to negotiate on these terms. Most of the time, people who start revolutions are usually very set in their ways, but like you said, we can't get to everybody. But what we can do is we can get to an individual of power, negotiate with them on, and they can negotiate on more individuals' behalf. But we need to know that they're sympathetic, so if it be a general or some sort of influential figure that we could approach with armistice or treaty or something, then that could at the very least be the first step to some sort of agreement between the realms.
Mm-hmm. I've been obviously out the picture for a bit of a time, obviously now. I'm just trying to remember. I came from. I don't know if I told you this, Falcoris and Wash. I know I definitely haven't told you. Did I tell you where I come from, Falcoris?
I think you told me briefly, but please, go ahead again.
There's a land, a place, a city. It's called the City of Chains. It is a Very, very, very hostile place. What you would anyway in your lands considered hostile. It is a large city. So from my window, maybe about your city here, Pevmar, maybe a bit bigger. Who knows? Not me. It was a place rife with slavers. People were currency. You could buy anything you wanted with anything you had. Really, there was no gold as you have it and money. It was you lived in a constant state of debt, or when your debt couldn't be paid, you became something to be bought over. Your debt was paid that way. You became currency. We always were told in stories of old about this agriculture and the stories of how the Shadowfell before wasn't the Shadowfell we know it to be. It was plains and fields and grasses. There might be one person you can speak to, if they have come through. They were one of the, I don't know how would you would word it, but they kept telling the stories of this and keeping that dream alive that maybe one day the Shadowfell could be that. My brother. I'm sorry, brother. Narelle. My brother, Narelle. He is was a, I've seen them going up and down your streets here. They, scream about their gods. They scream about the ways of them and how things could be better. I don't know what you call them, if it's a real occupation or not.
Priests.
Sure. He is one that I draw similarities to for the City of Chains, about the better times of the Shadowfell. He verbally denounces the Raven Queen, which is not a recommended thing to do where I'm from.
Oh. I already like the sound of him.
It's one of the reasons he and I fell out a little bit. Because I still, I'm sorry, I still follow in some loose capacity. I'm not the most religious zealot in the world, don't get me wrong, but I like to think she'll carry my soul when I go.
As you've probably seen, a lot of people worship different gods in these planes. But
It is very strange to me to see so many people worshipping so many different people.
your brother Morel, does he hold weight with your people?
He had a very large following in the City of Chains.
All right.
Very, very large following. His voice was one that was echoed.
If we could get him in front of you, do you think you could convince him?
You will need to find him first if he's been recruited into the army.
Would that have been likely? Would they have started conscription?
When I was conscripted, he is my younger brother, in case that gives you an idea. I joined first. Voluntarily, again. When I was going, there was more of a, drafting effort. So I dare say his name would not have been far behind me. I couldn't tell you he was formally... I couldn't tell you if he was recruited, but I dare say he would have been. The good thing is, if he has been recruited, unlike, you know, your soldiers here where they could have gone to war already, there is nothing to fight apart from each other. So there's a good chance he's still alive.
And how could we identify him?
Looks like me.
Fair enough.
I haven't seen him in years. I don't know if he's... he certainly had no distinguishable markings or, you know, tattoos, if that's what you're asking. He, you know... I couldn't tell you. I haven't seen the man in ages.
Could we say something that would be able to convince him that you've you're alive and you're working with us. Just calm him, just in case he does see us as a threat.
Tell him that our last conversation, I called him an idiot for his beliefs,
Yeah, that'll probably do it.
but I have now seen there is merit and weight to his words. But he'll know that it is from me if you say that I called him an idiot last time we met. Our last meeting wasn't exactly friendly.
Alright. We're going to try and do our best to stop bloodshed on both sides. Obviously, we're looking to defend our own home. But with the words that we've got, that there's people out there in your people that could potentially turn around and see a potential future together. Then we'll try and explore those options the best we can. And like I said, Silva, I know you're a prisoner. And I'll look towards the walls that are just on the outskirts of the garden.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, I'm hoping after this, after all the dust settles after this nonsense that goes on, we can knock down these walls and you can be free and walk around here with others. And you can teach them. You can have a whole fucking grove of apple trees.
It is weird. That was my brother's dream, and now it is mine.
There are orange trees as well, if you haven't tried an orange.
Oranges?
I have heard of these, and I have not been able to try or see one yet, but I would love to get my hands on one.
Well, since you've been so helpful, I don't see why we can't send you some different food.
If you are going, this is very cheeky of me to ask, but if you are going to send me seeds, could you please attach an information sheet so I know how to tend to it, and I can add it to my binder. Thank you.
Does that too much to ask? Is it, Falcors?
Nah, that would be pretty easy to get for you.
Add it to my binder then.
We'll give him some banana as well.
Yeah, bananas. You ever came across banana?
Bananas.
Bananas, that was it.
Heard of these?
It is the only fruit that grows in the Shadowfell is bananas.
Grows like potatoes though, for some reason.
They're all straight.
Oh, that's... Why does that feel wrong?
Straight bananas.
It feels like profusely disgusting.
The skin's on the inside.
It's like a wee core of skin.
You eat the bananas like corn.
Jesus Christ.
The Shadowfell's a horrible place, guys. Don't go.
Well, Silva, I'm pretty sure we'll probably be in touch with you and probably see a lot more of you soon.
If you need me to go to meet them with you,
You'll be called. Don't worry. I think we've got a fair few details to sort first.
I will be happy to go. If it can potentially bring peace to our people, some peace, I'm for it.
Alright. Well, Zovar, from being enemies and all clashing blades together, I'm glad we can talk like this now. I like your garden. It's a nice place.
Thank you. I'm quite fond of it too.
I'll be seeing you soon.
Indeed, and thank you again for letting me know, and anything, come ask.
Will do. And of course we'll start turning away to walk out the gate.
I'll give him a stern handshake and just thank you for your time as well.
He extends his hand out to meet yours and shakes it firmly in return. And again, this is lovely to meet you, Wash. and thank you for your understanding, I guess.
Not at all.
Thank you. And he waits for you towards the guys. He walks you to the gates, actually, of his home. Walks you to the gates and give you one last little wave goodbye before the lions shut the gates in front of him. And he goes back to his soil.
He's my hope. He's the one that shows that. Yeah. They're just people.
Yeah. Well, if we're gonna get some uncaring rich assholes to start caring, he's probably the way to do it.
Yeah.
And he gave us some decent information as well. If they started conscripting, we've got an easier time of getting more people to our side.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of unhappy soldiers in amongst them.
And, well, a religious revolution is a pretty good way of doing it. It's either that or a military coup, so...
A couple angles we can work with. Alright. This is the bit I hate. Being a soldier from a long time myself, I'd rather just be in the thick of it. I hate the planning and the waiting and trying to think of what the fuck's gonna happen.
My mentor always said that war was a game of two halves. You have the actual clashing of blades, and then you have the talking stage afterwards.
And a big fucking talking stage before it as well. Because that's what
Yeah,
we're about
I
to
think
go
she
through.
forgot to add one, personally, which is kind of a more blades first, ask questions later.
Fair. From what I've heard of her, she's alright. Alright champion herself.
Certainly something. I'll give her that.
We can pan away from
Yeah,
as we were
enough.
walking, talking shit.
Well, as the camera fades away, sorry, and comes back, is there anything anybody else would like to do before we sort of time jump a little bit for the evening or further forward even?
I have something, but if anyone else wants to go first.
Please, by all means.
I'd like to look for Captain Valdis at the barracks.
Oh, fuck, let me do that voice again. Okay, yeah. Ah. Sure. You go and you find the elder captain, and you can see that right now there is. By the time that you're getting there, it's probably about mid-afternoon-ish. You can see that they're sort of in the heat of a full-on training exercise. It's one of those like assault obstacle course like sort of things, and Captain Valis in the middle of the assault course training, or more I say training, yelling at these new recruits to do faster, jump higher, be better, you know. And as he sort of sees you approach, all the other lines stiffen when they see you now. And they sort of, bring themselves up. He just he stands a bit taller, but his hands stay at his side. He doesn't bow. He doesn't give you the usual physical respect. And it's not out of disrespect for you. It's just more he's got that position now.
Fucking lions.
But again, unlike the lions, his armor, just a reminder, is that of the lion's armor, but instead of being gold and gleaming, it is dented, it is battered, it is lost its sheen long ago.
Captain.
Your Highness.
I'll just quickly wave to the other lines to carry on what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if you could help me out a little.
Of course. How can I help?
First of all, I want to thank you. Not
He
only
raises an eyebrow. I'm sorry.
for your recent foray, but thank you for bringing my brother's body back. I never had the opportunity to thank you for that.
It was an honor. If I'm being honest, he was a great man.
I'm looking to establish a new unit. Calling it the Court of the Thorn.
Catchy.
I'm just hope you don't mind if I just watch for a while.
And what would this Court of the Thorn be doing? What is my role?
I'm looking for agents, so to speak. Rangers, rogues, people that can maybe take more of a role of a spy. Someone that can keep the earth to the ground.
With all due respect, Your Highness, do you not think I'm a bit heavy-handed for that?
I wasn't asking you. I was asking for your recommendation.
Now that I could probably do more adequately for you.
There are some of the lines around it. How do you think could help with this task?
Certainly no one in our current ranks. They're too regimented for what you need. We would need a fresh batch. We would need new blood, new rules, new playbooks. Easily done enough.
I'll next time you have new recruits, if you don't mind sending for me.
I will do.
Thank you, Captain. I'll give
Of
him
course.
a polite bow, then leave.
He, before you leave, he gives a bow of his head in a show of respect towards you. Before you go, thank you.
What for?
Your thanks to me. But a moment ago,
You don't need to thank that for. He's done
If you
more
have-
than enough for my family.
and yet I shall keep serving until my body cannot. If you ever want to hear stories of your brother, come looking for me. Bring some wine, or a good ale. Allocate an evening where you have no plans. And bring a good listening ear.
It might take a while
I
before I'm free,
understand.
but I would love to. Genuinely.
Well, you know where to find me,
Captain.
sir.
No.
Oh, that he turns back
Go
to
off.
yelling at the recruits once more. But with that, the evening then begins to draw in. Nighttime not too far behind it. You'll have, within the palace grounds, obviously a lovely dinner, a lovely meal. Feeling maybe anxious about whatever may come and that sort of stuff. But for one of you, as Raelian, you're about to hit the hay and put the nail on the head, there's a tap on your shoulder.
Okay.
As
Onward.
you can see Emmerich standing behind you. Good evening, sir.
I was wondering when you were going to show up.
Well, you see, my daytime schedule is just a little bit busy right now, but my evenings are free.
Oh, I thought you were a bit held up with the evenings.
Late evenings, yes. Early, not so much. There's someone I would like you to meet, if you wouldn't mind coming with myself.
Okay, I'll follow him.
He leads you off and down. Excuse me, I do beg your pardon. through the corridors of the Rising Shire Palace and actually outside, and he leads you out into the upper Rose district, the top district where the money and the royalty stay in Pavmar, and leads you to a shop that's quite clearly closed. And it just says Everkind Tailors.
Yeah.
And he's knocks his hand against the door, and there's a pause, and you sort of think, well, obviously there's going to be a pause. It's closed. Before you see a very well dressed, very well groomed, very well looked after dwarven man enter the door. He opens it. He is wearing fine gold yellow sort of tunic top, quite tight trousers, lovely shoes to go with it. His beard has been braided into two very tight braids with various golden beads wound between it. He's clearly got makeup over his eyes to make them pop even further out of his face. Quite pudgy little face, but again, suits. He's that rugby player aesthetic sort of thing where he looks around, but you can tell he's dwarven strength amongst him. This the one, the dwarf says. Azraelian, meet my friend Ermron Everkind, your tailor for the night.
The night. It's going to take that long.
Few hours to get your measurements.
Measurements. What do you mean measurements? Can't you just take my old coat and just make it a different
At
color?
this point, the dwarf sort of picks up. No, we're not going to be doing that. We are going to be from the ground up. Redoing all this.
I look to my feet and look up.
This? No. We're not just going to take your coat and put some... No. Your reward needs to be a reward. We need to make this to you. Give you that Everkind touch.
Okay.
Trust me, darling, he's very good at his job.
I believe that he's very good at his job. It is just also bizarre. I'm not used to all this fancy attention.
No offense, darling, we can tell. But that's what we're here for. Let us... I couldn't slay a monster. You can dress yourself. Let us take expertise.
Okay. Let us go.
You go inside the tailor, and it does take probably about an hour or so of this dwarf going around your body with various measuring tapes and devices, getting a little bit too close to comfort at times to certain areas of your body, but he is taking full measurements of you, your shoe size, your waist, even measuring your forehead for likes of hats and that sort of stuff should you want to. He measures you for everything, gloves, how broad your chests are, what weapons you carry. He's taking notes of. He's even asking you, how would you strike someone at sheathed? He's getting an idea of how you flow in battle. It's not just tailored to the sake of tailoring clothes. It's being tailored to how you, not just wear your clothes, but how they work for you, how you in combat will move so they can move around them with you, not get in your way at any point. And after about an hour or so, the dwarf, he's got like a full couple of pages on his notepad. Well, leave this with me, and I'm sure in a day or two's time, you'll be looking most dazzling.
I want to look dazzling, but I don't want to look like a peacock. I have to hunt all these animals in the wild. I don't want to stand out like a sore thumb.
Trust me, I understand your type quite well. Not often we get one of them through the door, but I'm happy to see you in, and I'm happy to accommodate.
Thank you.
You're of course welcome. Emmerich has already dealt with your payments. You don't owe anything, of course. This is on the house, so to speak. And if you just mind checking in a couple of days' time, we'll get you all fitted up and good to go out on the open road once more.
I will do that. Thank you very so much.
You're very welcome. Actually, as question.
One more thing.
Yep. I think we might be on the same wavelength here.
Could I request a matching collar for my cat?
Yes, we are. But of course, an adorable little thing such as this needs to look dashing as well.
Nobel.
No bells. Understood.
Good. Thank you.
You're of course welcome. I'll see you soon, darling.
And I'll bump
Emmerich.
next to say bye.
Emmerich walks you out the door. Emmerich sat with you the whole time and just, was giving you idle chat in the background if you did engage with him. Are you okay? You look a bit flustered.
I am not used to that much attention. I am
Well.
from Velo. I'm from the shit. I don't wear these fancy gowns and extravagant colors.
Well, it's about time we changed that and made you look a little bit presentable.
I'm glad you didn't say clean, because I'm a very clean person. I may be from Velo, but my hygiene and cleanliness is on point.
I have no doubt about that, my friend. But you wanted a tailored outfit, a coat. Here's a full suit for you.
I do like to be bare-chested, you do know this.
Mm-hmm. That'll be kept into consideration, I'm sure, with the notes provided.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did I give you the bag of stock eyes?
Mm-hmm. Not yet, but I'm assuming at some point you would be ever so kind to hand them over to me.
I will give you them now, and I'll hand them over.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
This will let me quite hand into some studies and the like. See what I can do with these. Not often you get your hands on such a rare ingredient.
If you could find the one that turned Washington stone, and that would be great. Make sure that one is destroyed. I don't want him having nightmares about it.
I'm sure I can see what I can do in that one.
Thank you, Emmerich.
Of course. You okay there, Wash?
Just gonna shiver down his spine, like a random pang of like
For no
hatred.
reason.
Yeah, for no reason. He's just walking. He's just going.
And this goes down the corner. Fuck Israelian for no reason.
I said
But
a nice
as-
thing. I said get rid of it, destroy it, so he's not getting Vietnam flashbacks.
As you and Emmerich are walking away, though, and begin to make your way back to the palace, all of a sudden, you can see down the streets there is a mixture up here of oil lanterns and arcane lanterns. And all of a sudden, all the arcane ones snuff out. Every single one. All of a sudden, Emmerich. Oh. And Azraelian, you having arcane abilities as well, feel a weight fall upon you.
Oh.
You look around, you can see that there are other people having similar reactions.
Emmerich, what is that? What is happening?
This feels familiar. And I don't like it. And that's will end tonight's episode of The Shadows We Fear.
Oh. See, well, you were having that really traumatic scene for our buddy Emmerich. Me and Andy were in the chat rolling dick size for our characters.
Oh, I actually listened to you laughing, and I don't know what you were saying. But
Listen, right? Matt said he's measuring everything, okay?
yeah, I've got a long sword, alright. I'm just saying.
Shut this. Shut the fuckers. I hate the dice anyway.
He's rolling measurements to see.
Yeah.
Was that a D4 rolling or?
We rolled a d20, and at first I rolled a 5, and Andy rolled a 4.
And then we've done a reroll and done a disadvantage.
Which Andy got a
Seem-
6, an 8 and a 6, and then I got an 18 and a 13.
That Elven accuracy, I'm telling you.
So, see when you ask Elro for a stealth check, you need to ask him for 2 now.
Fair enough. But that is where we'll end on a cheeky little cliffhanger. before we depart though for the evening, Andy, is there any announcements that we need to say before we disappear?
Yes, Ashvara
tonight.
Gaming has dropped a Prime sub onto us for 2 months in a row, so thank you very much. I
Thank you.
appreciate that. Apart from that, next week we will not be streaming, unfortunately. There will be no D&D. But otherwise, come along to our Discord, come along to the Linktree to see our different socials and the likes. We do have a lot going on to YouTube now. All of our VODs are kind of going to YouTube, and there's a few one-shots that's happened recently. It's quite good that maybe get you into the kind of swing of things with Shadows We Fear, because it was all based in Shadows We Fear world, that might then help you understand the campaign a little bit more. But apart from that, I don't have anything else, so I'll let you finish up, DM.
Thank you very much. Well, as we said, we will not be here next week, unfortunately, with our regularly scheduled program. However, as Annie says, keep an eye on the Discord. Come hang out with us. Come say hello. We will be back ASAP, though, probably on Fridays again. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this night's episode. I want to say again thank you to everybody in chat for coming along this evening. Thank you once again to my lovely players for hanging out and telling this amazing story. And importantly, to everyone here, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your evenings, and we'll see you very, very soon. Bye, guys.